Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we are working from the second Outlander kitchen cookbook, and we are going to be making Annie MacDonald's chicken noodle soup. Spring, it's been up and down in temperatures. The pollen has everybody feeling just a little bit sick, and I thought chicken noodle soup would be a great thing to make. And we've also recently been watching the new season of Outlander, so kind of got that into my head and I found this recipe. So we're going to do that today. I have some chicken legs, just the drumsticks in here. It's probably a little bit more than the recipe calls for, but it'll be fine. I bought the packages I bought them in. One was not enough and two was just a little bit too much. So whatever. I've got these in my Dutch oven here. I'm going to cover it with water by quite a bit. I'm going to put 3 quarts in. She does specify that this should be cold water. So there we go. And that's all that goes in right now. I'm going to turn the heat on to high to bring it up to a boil. While this is coming up to a boil, I'm going to create a bouquet garni. I'm going to use a large tea ball. You can do this in cheesecloth if that's what you have. I happen to have this and it's more easily reusable. So in here I'm going to add some fresh rosemary. I bought a plant, so hopefully I don't kill this one. Some bay leaves. Some ginger that I didn't peel, but I quartered lengthwise. And then some garlic cloves that I cut in half. And quite a lot of black pepper corns. So I'm going to get that all closed up in my tea ball. And that means we hopefully don't have to fish these things out of our broth, although we are going to be straining it later. This has to boil for like a minute, and then I do something, and then it just simmers for 45 minutes. So, and it's just starting to come up to a boil, but I'm done with it. So I'm going to call this a boil. We're going to boil it for 1 minute. So I'm going to start the timer now. My 1 minute is over. I'm going to turn the heat down to, it says medium low. What we're looking for is a simmer when we're done here, but we're going to skim off all of this stuff. It's probably proteins, honestly, that have coagulated. That's my guess. If you know for sure, let me know. And honestly, I don't always do this, so I don't really care. I do always skim my broth at the end, but it doesn't usually look nasty. And I don't care if it's super clear. Anyway, now I'm going to add my bouquet garni, and it says to sort of nestle it underneath the chicken, just to make sure that it is, you know, under the water, I guess, and submerged. So I'm going to just make sure it is on the bottom. And mine has this thing that can help me not lose it. So now my goal is to let this simmer gently simmer for like 45 minutes. So with this pot on this burner, I might need it to be at medium. I might need it to be at medium low. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it just to keep it at a simmer. Right now I turned it up a little bit because it was, I don't think it's quite simmering, but I did add a little bit more chili stuff to it. So with the bouquet garni. But we will be back in about 45 minutes. You can let it go longer if you want. What you're looking for is for the meat, for the chicken to be tender. So we'll see you back here in about 45 minutes. And I'm going to take this time to chop up stuff and get the rest of my ingredients for the soup ready. My chicken broth, chicken in water and bouquet garni has been going for about 45 minutes, definitely tender. So now I'm going to take the chicken out of the broth. I'm going to turn this off. And I'm just going to pull all of these legs out and put them on a plate, hopefully to cool. Tried to keep it at a bare simmer for that whole time, so. Pulled my chicken out. We're just going to set that to the side to cool. And now I have to strain this stock into another container and wash the pot. So that is what I'm going to do. My bowl is probably way larger than I need, but it's fine. I wanted to make sure it was big enough and not too small. Are a couple of little chickeny bits in there. Now we're going to clean the gross pan. This I'm also going to set to the side. I don't need it here right now. I do need some olive oil in my pan. I did not give it a super good wash, and I'm not going to measure this olive oil, but it'll be fine. But I'm going to turn that on medium. Our pan was already still pretty warm, so I'm just waiting for this to sort of shimmer. I'll put a little bit more in there. The recipe calls for a decent amount, so I'm not concerned about having too much. I think that's starting to look shimmery. So I'm going to add first some diced, well, kind of diced. I was not precious with it. Carrots and celery. And then I'm going to add some leeks. So I have cut up leeks before. These are sliced on the diagonal, half moon on the diagonal, and I put them into cold water and then let the silt and the yucky stuff fall to the bottom, pull the leeks off the top. And these are going to go into the pan as well. Just tried to dry them with an old kitchen towel that was clean. May not look it, but it was clean. And now I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add the amount she calls for, but I know at the end I'm going to need to add more because there's no salt in the chicken. And it's going to need more salt, but it's fine. And I'm going to put some pepper in here. I'm not going to measure it, but this is all going to end up being to taste anyway. There we go. We're going to cook these for about 5 minutes. We're just looking for softened. We're not really looking for color. I'm going to call this pretty good. The leeks are pretty wilty and everything else has started to soften up a little bit. And I'm going to turn this up to medium high because now we are looking to get a little bit of color on it. We're looking for a light golden. Doesn't give any timing, but we're going to try to basically boil off the rest of the water and get a little bit of color onto these vegetables. Just a little bit. We don't have any. We didn't brown the chicken, or any of that. So we don't have any of those brown flavors anywhere else. So that will help here. We are definitely getting some browning on the bottom of the pan. I'm going to turn it down just a tad. But now we're going to deglaze the pan with white wine. I'm using a Pinot Grigio. You want a dry white wine or sherry. Pinot Grigio just happens to be what I bought for cooking wine recently. And we're going to stir this until the pan is basically dry. So we're going to cook out most of that water. Well, wine, which, you know, does have water in it, and we'll keep most of the flavors. Try to scrape up as much as possible off the bottom. My pan was already a little bit brown just from use, so we won't get all of it off, but as much as we can. That didn't take very long. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit, and we're going to go get our stock. Now I'm just going to pour all of this. Well, let me give it a stir, see if I think we're done. I think we're done enough. I'm going to pour all of this into our pot. So we didn't defat it or anything. So now we are going to bring this up to a boil. I'm going to make sure we are at medium high to bring that up to a boil pretty quickly. Bringing it to a boil, and then we're going to reduce it to a simmer for 15 minutes. And while that's simmering, I'm going to be pulling the chicken meat off of these bones, and I'm going to go ahead and just put it in this bowl where I have weighed out the amount of egg noodles that the recipe calls for, because we're going to put these both in. I'm going to put the chicken meat and the egg noodles in at the same time. So just to save dishes, I'm going to combine them now. You can keep the chicken bones and make a stock out of it. They have not given all that they have currently because we only boiled them for like 45 minutes. So you could still add it to your bag of chicken scraps. And I'm going to cut the chicken up, or tear the chicken up into basically bite-sized pieces as I put them into the bowl, and try not to get any gristly bits. I have 2 minutes left on my timer. I'm just being impatient because I'm done with the chicken. So I'm going to add a little more salt at this point because I know it needs it. And some more pepper. There we go. And I'm going to add in my egg noodles and my chicken. So mine is going to be a little chicken heavy probably, because I did have more chicken than the recipe required. But I like my soup pretty hearty and meaty. So I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. We want this to simmer, but we know we just added some more room temperature stuff to it. So we're going to let this simmer for another 15 minutes, or until the noodles are done to our tastes. So after that, I will taste it. I will add more salt and pepper if I think it needs it. In fact, let's taste it right now, because it's not a lot going to change, because there's not a lot of salt in those noodles and none in that chicken. Yep, I'm going to add, so at this point I will have doubled the salt in the recipe, but my salt is, you know, the Diamond Crystal kosher salt is a little less salty than some. So we're going to let that go. I will still taste it and check it again, but we'll show you what this looks like and let you know what we think in just a second. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watch me make Annie MacDonald's chicken noodle soup from the second Outlander Kitchen cookbook. And I thought this was a really good sort of basic chicken soup. Mine was pretty heavy on the chicken because I used a little bit more than she said. There was a strong background flavor of the peppercorns because there's a lot of peppercorns in the bouquet garni. And I think the ginger also contributed to that a little bit. It was not overtly gingery. Did not taste strongly of ginger. So that was good. It was a good basic chicken soup and we really liked it. And it made enough for, I mean, it served probably 6. We served 4 and had a little bit left over. So yeah, I would certainly make this again. But I probably wouldn't follow the recipe because I make soup all the time. It's in a similar fashion. So it's a good basic soup. She says to serve it with Dottie's millet loaf and Rachel Murray's dill pickles. We haven't made either one of those, but it is good with some bread. We did have some bread sort of left over that we'd made previously or bought previously, I forget. And it's a good basic meal. So if it's soup season where you are, let me know if you make this. And if you've enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and come back and watch me make something else next week.